Good evening, Stevens Point. I'm Breanna Schmitt.
And I'm Nathan Wallin.
This week on SPTV News, SPTV covers the shooting in Wausau. The 2017 Dancestage is fast approaching, and a new gummy bear is coming to Wisconsin.
All of this and more when we return.
On Wednesday, March 22nd, police were dispatched to a domestic situation at the Marathon Savings Bank in Rothschild, where shots were fired and 2 people were found with gunshot wounds. The suspect was not at the scene. At 1:10 p.m., an active shooter situation was reported a half-mile away from the bank at Lucy, Kennedy, and Dirk's law office in Schofield. At 1:30, shots were fired at the Aspen Street Apartments complex, about 1.5 miles east of the law office building. During this time, the SWAT team was called and local schools and hospitals were put into lockdown. Between 3:45 and 4 o'clock p.m., all the schools and hospitals lifted their lockdowns and students were taken to safe locations under police security. At 8 o'clock p.m., the police announced that 1 Everest Metro police officer and 3 other people were declared dead, and the suspect was in custody. The incident began with an argument between the shooter and his wife, who is in the process of divorcing him. One of the victims was the wife's divorce attorney. A vigil for the fallen officer was held on Wednesday, March 29th.
The Student Association of Nutrition and Dietetics is partnering with the Student Health and Advisory Committee to host Cooking for Change. This event helps students learn how to prepare nutritious meals and how to properly use kitchen equipment. Each event teaches students how to make a specific recipe and utilize cooking skills, such as how to properly use a kitchen knife. Cooking for Change events are held on Tuesdays, April 4th at 6 p.m. in CPS Room 221.
UWSP's Pointers for Life organization will be holding a pro-life, pro-choice debate this Friday. It will feature Isaac Fleming from Wisconsin Right to Life and Eliza Kusin from Neural Pro-Choice Wisconsin. Fleming and Kusin both represent respected political advocacy groups who work to educate communities about their beliefs. This debate is a great opportunity for students to listen to individuals discussing both sides of the controversial issue. The debate will be around 45 minutes long and will be followed by a Q&A. It will take place Friday, March 31st at 1 o'clock p.m. in the DUC Encore Room.
More than 300 UWSP students have or are currently serving in the armed forces. To help these student veterans better understand the benefits available to them and to learn more about the local organizations who may offer assistance, a Veterans Resource Fair was held Wednesday. For more, we go to the Encore Room of the Dreyfus University Center. With over 300 veterans at UW-Stevens Point, the Veterans Club and other resources around central Wisconsin came together to support those who serve our country.
About 20 programs from the Toma VA Medical Center. We have our County Veterans Service Officer. We have a couple different offices from around campus, tutoring, the Tutor Learning Center. We have the Academic Advising Center. We have a couple veterans organizations, the Marine Corps League, Disabled American Veterans. So it's a lot of different resources from the Toma VA Medical Center specifically.
The Veterans Service Office of Portage County works with local law enforcement to ensure local veterans that they have their full support at all times.
Local law enforcement agencies have a Veterans Liaison Officer assigned to them. So when we attend the UWSP Veterans Club meetings, the liaison officers typically from the various departments like Portage County, Stevens Point Police Department, and Plover, the officers who are veterans themselves, military veterans, we attend the meetings and just, meet and greet kind of things and let them know that people care about the veterans here at UWSP.
For the university, students come first, and that includes veterans. UWSP student veterans have many resources to make sure they succeed academically. Ann Whip is the Veterans Services Coordinator.
Included some of our campus resources, the Student Advising Center and the Tutoring and Learning Center, which both are and have played a really big part in the success of many of our students.
Earlier this year, UWSP was recognized nationally and by the UW system as a military-friendly campus. This has been Nathan Wallin for SPTV News. please visit the Veterans Affairs office in the HEC.
The Communication Department will be hosting a free workshop called Working with the Media. The workshop features respected media relations Joe LaBarbera and his colleague Joel DeHine. These men travel around the country educating law enforcement, government agencies, and natural resources professionals on how to effectively manage media-related issues. The workshop will work to increase awareness and understanding on effective communication, interviewing skills, and how to best represent organizations. The event will include free breakfast and pizza for lunch. Students will register online to attend. It will take place on Saturday, April 1st from 9 o'clock a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. in the TNR room 170.
The Office of International Education has a student exchange program within the country. SPTV's Sarah Sartell, Erika Jones, and Breanna Schmitt have the story.
The National Student Exchange Program is an affordable way for students to see other parts of the world.
The National Student Exchange is a consortium of the universities across the U.S., Guam, Puerto Rico, Canada, and the Virgin Islands that take and send students on the exchange.
Students will pay UWSP tuition while studying in California, Hawaii, Montana, Alaska, and many more states.
Each state has at least one higher education institution that can accept UWSP students for the National Student Exchange.
Students can study at a different school for a semester or for an academic year. Students can take other course options that aren't available at Stevens Point and much more.
Getting out of the comfort zone, experience other states, experience diversity, experience other states' cultures as well.
Students who apply for the exchange program by December 1st will be placed at the conference where the institutions will place the first choice and priority placement students.
After the conference, we can still place students, and we're very happy if students ask us about the placements, because there are still a lot of institutions in many states that are still open for our students.
The office for the National Student Exchange Program is room 203 in the University Center.
The National Student Exchange is for every UWSP student who completed 12 semester credits and who has at least 2.5 GPA.
This is Erika Jones, Breanna Schmitt, and Sarah Sartell with SPTV News.
For more information or questions, contact the Study Abroad office on how to become an NSE.
The UWSP Museum of Natural History will be holding its 8th annual collection crawl. This event allows to see more than 40,000 different types of species, including mammals, birds, insects, and more. This year, the Geology Collections is featured and curated by Professor Kevin Heffervan of the Geography and Geology Department. Other exhibitions feature archaeology, geology, and much more. The event begins at the UWSP Library, where visitors pick up passports, then gather 11 stamps from different areas around the campus. The event will be held from 9 o'clock a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. Saturday, April 1st at the UWSP Library.
The Student Involvement and Employment Office, SEIO, offers opportunities for UWSP students to develop as leaders, volunteers, and employees. SBTV's Jim Song Kim has more.
SIEO has various opportunities to get involved on campus and the community. Volunteer opportunities and the student organizations work with SIEO.
We do volunteering events all throughout the year. We are also like the central hub for all the student organizations on campus. And we do all of the on-campus and nearby off-campus employment.
SIEO serves as a resource for anyone on campus to utilize.
We are a resource for all students. We are always open for questions having to do with like how to get an on-campus job. We have all sorts of resources in our office for student clubs to use, like a button maker, popcorn maker. We also help like first year students, new students that are transferring. If they have any questions about campus or student services or anything like that, we can definitely help them.
Their newest development is an app called Spin. It is to help students get more connected to everything that's going on campus. SIEO has arranged several events for students who are looking for volunteering and job throughout the summer.
We have the blood drive coming up. We also have a volunteering opportunity. It's actually our biggest volunteer event of the year, called Be the Change, where we invite all sorts of students to come, and we go to all different volunteer events and opportunities. So some groups will go to the retirement homes to help out older folks. Some of our people will go to the Salvation Army to help with the food pantry, and some of our people will go to like the Boys and Girls Club to help out with kids. And then we also have a summer job fair coming up. So if students are looking for jobs specifically for the summer, they can come to our job fair and meet employers.
If students are interested in being a part of SIEO crew, there are opportunities for that.
It's really easy to become part of SIEO. We are generally looking for people to fill positions at random times. The people that we're looking for primarily at SIEO are going to be students that are looking to be involved with helping other students. Most of the programs that we do here are all about helping our students become involved one way or another with something. So if our students have a heart, or if you have a heart to help out your fellow student with something, you can find a job here at SIEO.
SIEO's page has more information, and they're located in the basement of the DUC. For SPTV, I'm Ji-Sung Kim.
New positions for SIEO will be on Quest.
The University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point has become the first school in the country to offer a doctorate degree in educational sustainability. This program strives to help students find a deeper meaning to sustainability as an interconnected process that cultivates integrity and well-being for human and natural systems. Participants in the program will practice understanding and responding to problems in economic, ecological, and social justice context and in ways that promote sustainability. Directors of the program hope that the students will turn their passion in education and sustainability into a career that will improve the world around us. The Educational Sustainability Program has 3 areas of focus: sustaining learning environments, sustaining civic and business communities, and sustaining educational systems. The program is almost completely online, and the deadline to register for fall semester is March 31st.
Did you know that UWSP has a blog where students discuss campus life and activities? SPTV's Ji-Sung Kim has the story on the university blog.
The UWSP blog has been active over a year, with student bloggers telling stories about campus life.
The purpose of the UWSP blog is for incoming students, to give them an idea of how the campus is, and for families to see how the students are from a student's perspective.
A blogger talks about what is featured in the blog.
We write about a lot of things. There is health style, what to do around campus, and a lot more, like maybe some freestyles too, just you should visit Schmitt or something like that.
Myla expresses what kind of blogger she wants to be.
I really want to be seen as someone inspirational, and so I like to write about how to think positive, but also have fun in the things that you do to be high-spirited.
The UWSP blog is not well known to many students. Students have a positive reaction to it.
No, I didn't know we had a university blog. I think it's pretty cool because I like to read about what people do on campus.
There are several stories that students may want to read about.
Oh, I think something really cool would be if somebody wrote about going to thrift shops and what they find there. I think going to thrift shops, you can find such unique things that like you wouldn't even think you would find. I also think it would be really interesting to read about different places to eat, like different ethnic places, Korean restaurants, Chinese restaurants, Mexican restaurants.
Students may also reply on blogs and share their opinions. For SPTV, I'm Ji-Sung Kim.
The UWSP blog can be accessed through the UWSP website.
That is all the news we have for you this evening.
We will be right back with sports after the break.
Serving a campus of 9,600 strong. We are the home of UWSP Television. We are SPTV. You can find us on Charter Channel 983, online, or on any of our social media sites.
Welcome back, Pointers. In sports this week, the Green Bay Packers surprised some of their fans when they signed 4 free agents this offseason, their most since the 2006 offseason when they signed Charles Woodson. They signed defensive tackle Ricky Jean-Francois to a 1-year, $3 million deal. They signed Milwaukee native and former Wisconsin Badger tight end Lance Kendricks to a 2-year, $4 million deal. They brought back cornerback Devon House to a 1-year, $2.8 million deal with $850,000 guaranteed. House started his career with the Packers in 2011 and was with them till 2014 when he signed a free agent deal with the Jacksonville Jaguars. The biggest signing the Packers had was signing tight end Martellus Bennett to a 3-year, $21 million deal with $6,300,000 guaranteed. The Wisconsin Badgers saw their season come to an end in the Sweet 16, 84-83 on a Florida Gators buzzer-beating 3 at the end of overtime, courtesy of Chris Cazoza. Badger senior Zach Showalter sent the game to overtime after hitting a 3-pointer off one leg with 2.1 seconds left in the second half. Nigel Hayes finished his final game as a Badger with 22 points. Bronson Koenig finished with 13 points in his final game, while Showalter finished with 14. The Milwaukee Bucks are hot, winning 5 of their last 6 games. Their most recent victory came last night, courtesy of a 103-100 win over the Celtics in Boston. Giannis Antetokounmpo led the Bucks with 22 points, while Malcolm Brogdon led the team with 9 assists. The Bucks return to the hardwood tomorrow at the BMO Harris Bradley Center against the Pistons with a 7 p.m. tip-off. Opening day for the Milwaukee Brewers is Monday, April 3rd against the Colorado Rockies at Miller Park. Manager Craig Counsell announced that Junior Guerrero will take the mound on opening day. Counsell also announced that catcher Manny Pena and first baseman Jesus Aguilera made the opening day roster. In a move that was somewhat surprising, the team placed second baseman Scooter Gennett on waivers. He was then claimed by the Cincinnati Reds. Gennett was the 16th round draft pick by the Brewers in the 2009 draft. The UWSP baseball team finished their trip to Florida with a 5-5 record. They had their home opener yesterday against Ripon College and won both games of the doubleheader. The Pointers won Game 1 by a score of 6-1. Cole Erickson struck out 7 batters and walked 1 and gave up 9 hits over 7 innings. In the second game of the doubleheader against Ripon College, the Pointers fell behind early when Ripon scored 8 runs in the top of the first inning. However, the Pointers slowly chipped away at that lead. In the bottom of the second inning, Tommy Dullston was able to score on a pass ball to cut down Ripon's lead to just 4 runs. Then in the third inning, the Pointers got another run from an RBI single from Tyler Tomka to make the Pointers only be down by 3 runs. After a 6-run bottom of the 8th for the Pointers, Ripon scored 6 runs of their own to tie the game up at 14-all, heading to the bottom of the 9th. On a wild pitch, Ben Gerber scored the game-winning run all the way from second base to give the Pointers the home opener sweep over Ripon College. The Pointers return to action next Tuesday when they travel to face Marian University in a doubleheader. That's all the sports stories we have for you tonight. Up next is entertainment news with Sarah Sartell. I'm Joey Huebsch for SPTV Sports.
Wausau, the 7th largest book printer in North America, is hiring students for the semester. We are 100% employee.
How can you get involved with student media at UWSP? Connecting with your campus television station, SPTV, is easy. Like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Vine, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Pinterest, follow us on Instagram, or connect with us on Google+. But of course, the best way for you to get involved and stay up to date with all that is happening at our station is to stop by our studio. We're located in the Communication Arts Center at UWSP, Studio B, Room 121. You can also drop by our office, Room 130, for more information on station happenings. We can't wait to get you involved. Come join us at SPTV. Let's make media together.
Are you interested in pursuing a career in animals or just looking for a way to help preserve wildlife? then the Wildlife Society might be just for you. As one of the largest organizations at UWSP, you will have your chance to help in projects that study and preserve animals, network with professionals, and meet like-minded people. Join us Tuesdays at 5 p.m. and join the Wildlife Society today.
Welcome back, Pointers. This week in entertainment news, the Stevens Point 45th Festival of the Arts will be taking place this Sunday, April 2nd at the Knoll Fine Arts Center. The art festival promotes art from working artists as well as supporting art awareness and local art education. There will be 2 floors filled with various art pieces, an art raffle, student awards, and free children's art activities. Many local businesses are contributing food for artists and volunteers. The event is open to the public and takes place from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Throughout the academic year, prestigious guests are invited to give lectures about their chosen field. On Monday, March 27th, Wayne Portras gave his guest lecture on mental sculpting and its history. SPTV's Austin Lepak has more on the story.
On Monday, the Noel Fine Arts Center was host to sculptor Wayne Portras, and he gave a lecture to aspiring art students.
Well, the focus of my lecture was about the American cast metal movement and how American sculptors after World War II took it upon themselves to build equipment and do all their own metal casting.
During our one-on-one interview, he had this advice for students.
You could learn at any age, and you could make art at any age. And so the most important thing is, 1, keep working, 2, keep learning.
He also describes why he draws his inspiration from the outdoors.
In the wilderness, it's very quiet, and one of the things about the wilderness is you quickly come to understand that Mother Nature doesn't care whether you're alive or not. So you have to be prepared. You have to know what you're doing. So there's that element that I like. I like the adventure of it. And then I like the quietness.
His lecture ended by presenting his viewers with this Latin phrase. When I asked him for clarification on its meaning, he translated.
Our iron is not common iron. So iron is a very common iron, but when you make a sculpture and it's a work of art, it's not a common piece of iron. It's become something else.
For SPTV News, this has been Austin Lepak reporting.
To learn more about sculpting and metal work here at UWSP, contact the Department of Art and Design. In a romantic drama that brings dancing and singing to the big screen, La La Land has won the hearts of many, as well as a few film awards too. The dramatic romance is coming to the DUC this week. The film follows aspiring musician Sebastian and ambitious actress Mia as they fall in love and attempt to follow their entertainment industry dreams. However, the dreams they work so hard to create could be the very thing that rips them apart. With original choreography and Academy Award-winning songs such as City of Stars, the film was named one of the best films of 2016. It will be playing in the DUC Theater March 29th and 31st at 7 and 9:45 p.m. Admission is free with student ID or $3 without. UWSP will be hosting its annual Dancestage performance next week, but with a new twist. Internationally recognized choreographer Eddie Ocampo lent his hand along with other UWSP professors to make this year's performance stand out from the rest. Ocampo served a week-long residence in February and will be returning this week to help the students polish their pieces. Dancestage 2017 will include performances titled The Biggest Whale from the Bottom of My Heart, Signal, and Waltz of a Snowflake is a reimagined piece from the ballet The Nutcracker. Dancestage is an opportunity for the students to work with renowned choreographers and faculty to create memorable performances and expand their horizons. It will take place April 7th to April 8th and April 13th to the 15th. For ticket prices and more information on times, visit the Information and Tickets office located in the DUC. That's all we have for you this week for entertainment news. Now over to Austin Lepak with Pointer Politics. I'm Sarah Sartell with SPTV Entertainment News.
Thanks, Sarah. This week in politics, President Trump's focus on the creation of jobs for the country has led to a creation of an executive order to halt the United States' attempt to reduce carbon dioxide emissions. This order aims for the EPA to examine their policies and procedures that serve as obstacles to American energy independence. 6 executive orders that were formulated during the Obama administration will also be put under scrutiny. However, it will take much more than the signing of a piece of paper for the order to be passed. Many aspects of Trump's plan are expected to end up in court. Climate change and environmental protection are not top priorities for Trump's administration. A House majority of 216 votes was needed in order to repeal Obamacare and put President Trump's new health care plan into action. However, Trump was dealt the first big loss of his presidency when Republicans voted to not repeal the act. Reforming the healthcare system is a major undertaking that Trump had promised his supporters if he became president. The conservative members of the House Freedom Caucus, a caucus of conservative Republicans, did not support the idea of repealing the act, but instead are in support of lowering insurance costs. After House Speaker Paul Ryan informed Trump that his bill would not pass, it was pulled from the floor Friday afternoon. The Affordable Care Act will still continue to be in place. The German candy company of Haribo is planning to build their first factory in the United States in Kenosha County. The well-known gummy bear manufacturer is looking to spend $242 million on a manufacturing plant that is expected to bring 400 jobs to Wisconsinites. While it has not been announced how much taxpayers will contribute towards the facility, the announcement that it will create jobs and further Wisconsin's economic development is met with much support. Wisconsin has reported a 3.7% unemployment rate, which is the lowest that the rate has been since 2000. Haribo follows other companies such as Pratt Industries, a cardboard plant originally based in Chicago, and facilitates the fact that more and more companies are willing to do business in Wisconsin because it is cheaper. An increase in the Wisconsin workforce will be beneficial for the economic status of the state. Lawmakers are fighting opiate abuse in Wisconsin. A package of bills was passed this past Monday declaring that lawmakers are putting their foot down in the fight against drugs. These bills follow 17 others that were passed in accordance with the program HOPE: heroin, opiate prevention, and education. Addicted high school students will be able to receive help from the University of Wisconsin's Office of Educational Opportunity and will be able to receive patient care while still participating in their education. Treating opioid addictions is a serious matter, and Wisconsin is taking steps to help those in need. In addition, the bill also grants fellowship positions at hospitals with addiction treatment facilities, allocates money to already existing programs, creates new treatment programs in rural areas. The bills are being handed over to the legislature for review. That is all we have for you this week in Pointer Politics. I'm Austin Lepak. We'll be right back after the commercial break.
Be a part of something super Greek at UWSP. There are 9 chapters and colonies on campus: Phi Sigma Phi, Gamma Phi Delta, Theta Xi, Sigma Delta Rho, Sigma Tau Gamma, Delta Phi Epsilon, Tau Kappa Epsilon, Phi Mu Alpha Sinfonia, and Phi Omega. Greek life at UWSP is a great way to build your personal support system and resume. With Greek life at UWSP, you won't just be a member, but a happy friend to the chapters and colonies for life. See what opportunities Greek life could offer you.
Great opportunity to promote leadership, a great way to get connections, and also to build bonds between different groups.
You get the opportunity to grow yourself as a leader and as a person, both through your organization and connections through Inter-Greek Council and other avenues like that.
Greek life isn't what you see in the movies. I recommend checking out one of the recruitment events for the organizations and just seeing maybe you belong there.
Stand by camera 1. Coming in on camera in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take camera 1.
SPTV News serves Stevens Point, the largest city in Portage County and home to 26,000 people. SPTV News covers campus, local, and national news, as well as local sports and entertainment. Melissa Mitrovic will present you the latest in Point news. Tune in to Charter Channel 983 or visit our YouTube channel. SPTV News, pointing to you.
Have for you this week in SPTV News.
Make sure to keep yourself updated on SPTV's social media pages.
Until next time, Stevens Point, have a great night.